Cleveland Cavaliers fans should be worried right now. The Cleveland Cavaliers are currently 26-15 and sit in third place in the Eastern Conference standings. As back-to-back conference champions, the Cavaliers were fully expected to continue their dominance in the East this season, especially since veterans Dwyane Wade and Derrick Rose joined the team. Despite the fact that newcomer Isaiah Thomas spent the first couple months of the season on the bench recovering from a hip injury and the team lost Kyrie Irving in the trade for it, it's obvious that the Cavaliers currently have a few issues to solve. Injuries have certainly played a major role in the team's 15 losses, but they're not completely to blame. Cleveland has lost 2 primetime games in a row. And they haven't even been close. On Monday, they were blown out 127-99 by the Minnesota Timberwolves in their most embarrassing showing of the year. Unfortunately for them, their next game trumped that one. On Thursday, they fell 133-99 to the Toronto Raptors and were simply outclassed and outmatched in every way. Although the sample size is small, it's obvious that the Cavs are in a rut and should not be considered one of the best teams in the league until they get things figured out. However, there's a realistic chance that might not happen. Recent struggles may indicate more. In addition to getting blown out in their last 2 contests, Cleveland has gone 3-7 in their last 10 games. Although losses against the Timberwolves, Raptors, Boston Celtics, Golden State Warriors, and Milwaukee Bucks are somewhat understandable, there was no excuse to fall to the Sacramento Kings or Utah Jazz, judging by their current win-loss records and overall talent. Further, Cleveland's margin of error in those 7 losses was 14.7. Not only have they fallen, but they've essentially been crushed, losing by double figures in 4 of them. Not only a lack of execution could be the root cause of the struggles, but effort could also be a factor, especially when trailing. There has simply been no visible fight put up by the Cavs in recent losses. Coach LeBron is back. As seen when his team was getting dominated against the Raptors, LeBron James took over in place of Tyronn Lue and started dripping into his teammates during a timeout. "That was just us trying to figure it out," James said after the game, per ESPN. "It's not for everybody. We came here and talked about it, and that's what happens at times. Family is not always about a bed of roses." As seen in the past, James' relationship with his head coach can become strained. Mike Brown was fired at the end of the 2009-2010 season after leading Cleveland to a 61-21 regular season record, culminating with a loss in the conference semifinals. David Blatt was fired 41 games into the 2015-2016 season after getting off to a 30-11 start. It's safe to assume that LeBron had something to do with both of those firings. If an issue arises between LeBron and this staff, there could be a major issue in the short term and the long term. Thinking ahead to the summer, James' dissatisfaction could play a role in him leaving Cleveland for the second time. Judging by his mid-game takeover of the huddle seen above, it's obvious that he's extremely passionate about improving, but if that passion turns into frustration, it could definitely spell trouble. On paper, the Cavaliers boast one of the most talented squads in the entire NBA. In addition to LeBron, Kevin Love, Rose, Wade, Thomas, Jay Crowder, Tristan Thompson, Junior Smith, Jeff Green and others make up a very deep roster. While injuries have derailed any hopes at completely gelling at this point in the season, it's very clear that something is off. "We gotta be better," Lue said after Thursday's game. "Until we play better defensively and offensively, until we share the basketball. And if guys have agendas, we've got to get rid of those agendas and play the right way." Questioning if members of his team have personal agendas or not isn't a good look nearing the halfway point of the season. When asked about Lue's comments, LeBron responded, "I would hope not. I mean, come on. At this point? 3.5, 4 years into this thing? I would hope not. I don't have them. I just want to win." According to James, accountability is the main factor in achieving success. "We all got to be accountable for our actions, accountable for how well we play, how hard we play, and what we do for one another," he said. "And there were just some plays that you should come up with, that you should make, and when you're losing, you tend to not want to make those plays, or tend to let some plays get away from you. And we can't afford that right now the way we're playing ball. So just trying to hold everybody accountable and move on, which we did." Thomas seemed to back up Lue with his comments, stating that there's a lack of cohesion on both ends of the court. "The biggest thing that I see we're not playing for each other right now, offensively and defensively," it said. "Defensively everybody's on an island playing defense by themselves. Offensively it's a lot of one-on-one, no ball movement. It's things we can fix, that's the good thing about it, we just have to do it and we have to do it now. You can lose games, but you can't get blown out. With how good we really are, we can't allow these types of games to happen."